I think part of the success of Germany is that there is a broad understanding of the people of the importance of green growth. It really is not coming from the top down, it's really coming up from a broad society. It's a good thing that Angela Merkel, background is science, like she was an environmental minister, she understands these issues, but it's much broader. She has the support of the German people. They understand green growth. They've done a very impressive efforts in encouraging renewable energy. They have another advantage. They have a high level of technology. A lot of enterprises that want to figure out how to be greener and technologies that can improve the quality of the environment. But like every society, there are counterforces. And it's not an unambiguous success. They've had, as I say, real successes in renewable energy, but they've also been engaged in dirty coal. And they've not addressed the problem of the emissions from coal. And there are two aspects of this. One of them is jobs. There are coal miners who don't want to lose their jobs, relatively few of them. And they're making efforts to switch out of it. But some of the coal mines are very dirty, and they've not really been able to fully address that issue. And then the second problem is, you might say, the economics. People always want cheap energy. The problem here is they don't realize that dirty energy is really expensive. We just don't include the social cost of the dirty energy. So there's a worry, for instance, that as America has gotten lower gas prices, the coal that we used to consume in America is moving over to Europe. Yeah. And so the savings in energy may be less than it otherwise would be, because the dirty coal, not consuming in America, we get better points, but we're sending our coal over to Europe. Well, China already is playing a leading role in some aspects of green growth. China has been the pivotal player in bringing down the cost of solar energy. And that's something that everybody in the world can benefit from. I find it deeply disturbing that the United States and Europe have criticized China for the subsidies that they've given to the solar panel industry. They've been providing a public benefit by bringing down the cost of solar panels. They've improving the global environment. And I wish everybody were supporting solar energy in the way that China is. So it shouldn't be our effort to keep it out. It should be, we should be doing research, China should be doing research, everybody should be doing research to bring the cost down. The key issue, though, is on the other side, on the emissions from that will increase as the consumption levels increase. Here, the critical issue is, how will China restructure its economy and its society? Two issues. One is, they have to go from the basis of production and consumption, which is material goods, to a service sector economy, education, health. They're already beginning it. This year was the first year that the service sector exceeded the manufacturing sector. But of course, in most advanced countries, the service sector is much larger than the manufacturing sector. In the United States, about 7-to-1. So China will play a leading role when it's able to restructure its economy in that direction, to a much more important service sector. Second area where China can and should play a leading role is in the next 2 decades, there will be heavy urbanization. People are moving out of the rural area into the urban area. One of the most massive episodes of urbanization in the history of the world. Question is, what kind of cities will be created? Will there be environmentally sustainable cities? Will they be green cities? Will they have public transportation? Will they have public parks? Will they have housing that is well designed for the environment? Will the layout of the cities be such as to minimize transportation costs, including the associated pollution? A whole set of issues around urbanization. And if China succeeds in creating green cities, it will be a pattern for everyone else in the world to imitate. I think actually, in the end, in our democracies, the key is popular support. It has to be from the bottom up. But we also need leadership from the top down. And we also need the support of the business community. Now, if governments succeed in maintaining full employment, and if governments can succeed in explaining to workers that improving the environment won't cost them the jobs and standards of living, in fact, will increase jobs and standards of living, then there'll be more popular support. So I think key to success is running the economy in such a way that there's not the kind of anxiety that there is for today, for instance, in the United States, and having a broad coalition from the top down, from the bottom up, with the business community, not fighting it, but supporting it, is going to be absolutely essential. This is a fight going on everywhere. Now, the interesting thing is that much of the business community, the oil companies, for instance, most of them have been fighting it. And they make campaign contributions, and that means that people in one of the parties in the United States have not been very supportive. So even though Obama's tried to do a lot, it hasn't been able to get through because the opposition has been very much in bed with those who are creating the pollution. Yes, I believe my book is going to come out. I think it's a very important issue and topic in all countries, but right now, since the Great Recession began, the problems of inequality have gotten much worse. And one of the themes I talked about here was how the close interlinking between lack of environmental sustainability and lack of social sustainability associated with the growing inequality around the world.